What up, y'all? It's Zach, aka the Achorn. We're out here at Cascade Design out in Heber, Utah. And one little quick trick I'm going to show you is how do we move the Stampinator efficiently on our press. I'm just going to put this over this. Okay? You can put the print head down. I'm going to unlock this. Okay? And then I'm going to unlock this, the back clamp, slide that out of the way. And then by loosening these, the manual clamps too. It's always a good idea to manually clamp the stamp. It's going to give me the ability where now I can slide this back, especially because we're on the t-shirt. You are going to probably have to push that print carriage back so you have more range, but then I can easily slide it right out. The next thing we're going to want to do is if you do have your cord safely tied to your handle, just make sure to disconnect it. We're then going to lift it up into cleaning position. Like, you can leave the Stampinator on or shut it off. Next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to go down to our connection port and safely remove the connection. So now that I have the cord safely removed, I'm then going to simply just put it up here. Make sure to go around and put all the other heads in cleaning position. What this is going to do is it's going to give us a clear path to be able to move the Stampinator successfully along. Because we have it on that t-shirt, it will nicely move like this. And we're just going to make sure it doesn't tip off the side when we go to move it, but this should give us the clearance that we need. We're going to go to our main display and we're going to unlock the star from the main display. There it is. Okay. Now, depending on the press that you have, this next part may be a little more difficult, depending on if you're on a Geneva drive or a chain drive. A Geneva drive is going to be significantly easier than a chain drive. So with this next press, we're going to give it a little more push than normal, but that's going to give us the ability to push it around. I definitely suggest that, once you make sure you can get under the screens, you can control it by another plat. One safety thing when always using the Stampinator is after you have it installed into the head properly, before any usage, make sure, especially on a ROQ press, to put your sensors together so that they're touching. Therefore, your carriage will never be able to travel and potentially damage the Stampinator. Now that we have it in the position that we want, we're going to want to make sure to home the head. When homing the head from here, all you have to do is hit start. I definitely suggest to safety first and always have at least one hand on the Stampinator. Okay, now that we're safely homed in, the next thing that we're going to want to do is put our head down into cleaning position. This is where we're going to want to make sure that we're putting our clamp assembly in the right area, our carriage, all that stuff, so that we have a clean path to go all the way down. Another trick that I like to do is I always like to put the head down in print position before I lock it in. So then that way I have the ability to manually lower it down into its final position to make sure I'm not hitting anything. If I'm hitting anything, this gives me a good point in time to adjust it. Okay, I now have this locked in, and essentially what we're going to do from here is just reverse what we did to take it off the other head. We're going to slide it into the clamps like so. Okay. Let's move this back one here. Big thing we're wanting to do is just make sure we're centered. Okay. And simply by centering it, you're just wanting to make sure we're centered side to side on the actual pallet itself. We're going to want to make sure we take our connection, run it over the clamp like before, and then we're going to go down and make the connection safe. Then once we have that, we're going to safely reattach the cord so it's in a safe position. Make sure our clamps are down, they're locked in. Manually lock like we talked about. And then we're going to lift the print head up. And just like that, we have our Stampinator moved into a new position. Only thing left to do is make sure to change it based on where you have it located in your HMI based on the press that you're using. Keep on rocking and keep on stamping.